Hello, welcome to another exciting episode of the series Unleashing the Alpha Within, the Alphamale series episode 4. I am your host, Maxwell A Petaz. I want to believe you had time to listen to the previous episode 1, 2, and 3, where we talked about who and what an alpha male is, the origin of the alpha male, how it was first used, how it became ascribed to animals, then to human beings, and it became a character that most people develop over time. We talked about the characteristics, some of the characteristics of who an alpha male is, and today we'll be rounding up the characteristics of an alpha male. So the next point we're going to be talking about, a true alpha male, help others. A matured, refined alpha male is a helper. He's generous. He has his purpose, but he's also aware that life is not all about accomplishment, but all about leaving a legacy. And that legacy is how he makes others feel, how he has aided them in the accomplishment of their personal dreams. The next point, an alpha male is a leader who leads by example. It interests me to tell you that you cannot be called an alpha male if you are a bossy person. An alpha male is a sincere and genuine leader who leads by example. In any leadership position he finds himself, he carries everyone and anyone around him along. He's always on the constant lookout for any forthcoming danger or dangers that may affect the effectiveness and the efficiency of service delivery of every member in his team. He's always on the constant lookout for the stumbling blocks, for the hurdles. He's always looking for them and preventing them so that his teammates or his team members will operate in the highest level of efficiency and effectiveness. He never bosses people around. Even when he delegates any task to any teammate, he demonstrates his involvement by constant follow-up and genuine empathy. He never sees himself as a winner at the expense of any of his teammates. He's practically involved in their life and their goals. That means anyone who is around an alpha male, he's practically involved in their life, in your personal life. He wants to know what are the challenges you're facing. He wants to see how he can help you aid or bring solutions to help you solve any problem or challenge you're facing. He wants to know what are your goals in life. He wants to help you he wants to propel you to help you accomplish those goals. Everyone around him is productive. That is the mindset of an alpha. Hello? An alpha male shows the people around him the path by first physically walking through that path. Let me explain this. An alpha male don't say, okay, that is the road, go, I'm behind you. No. An alpha male shows you the road and physically walk through the road, ensuring you that it is safe for you to come. He doesn't sit back and take the glory and say, you go, I'll be behind you. No, that's not who an alpha male. I take that point again. He shows them the path by first physically walking through that path. The next point, great alphas throughout history are the first to see opportunity where others see failures. An alpha male will fail because he's human and he will fail many times. But he never sees his failure as the end. He sees it as a fundamental part of his experience gathering, and always it is a stepping stone for him. So every time he sees obstacles or when he fails, he learns something new, and he sees it as a stepping stone to greater things. With this, he has the winning edge to try new things, and he works hard. In fact, he works harder when other people quits. So if you see that man around you who works when everybody is quitting, he's an alpha. If you see that man who fails and tries more, the more he fails, the more he's trying, the more he's still pressing, because he knows his failure is a stepping stone that builds his experience for him to do it better the next time. I said this before and I'm saying it now. To an alpha, the word NO means another opportunity, next opportunity. So if you tell him no, he presses on until he gets a yes. And he's pressing on, he's not doing it forcefully, he's doing it systematically. He's trying to use other aspects to approach the situation. The next point, an alpha male is stubborn. He's not stubborn in the negative side. He's stubborn in the positive side because he has dogged determination to succeed. An alpha male is more stubborn, especially when he starts something he's passionate about. At this point, trust me, you cannot turn him away from what he believes in. You cannot stop him. You cannot even convince him to stop or pull back. He follows through what he believes in until the very end. He's always open-minded and willing to listen to other points of view from other people. He's willing to listen to the point of view from others. However, he knows he's stubborn. So he gives way and learns from people who are better than him in a particular area or aspect. Very important. He's not an encyclopedia of knowledge. If he's trying something and it's not working out for him, he seeks for answers. He seeks for solutions. He tries to look for who has done it before and succeeded so that he can learn. So he's willing to listen to your point of view so that he can learn new things and get a better approach to tackle the situation the next time. The next point, which is the last point. The alpha male doesn't try to be an alpha. The alpha male never struggles to be an alpha. He never he never forces it. It comes naturally. This is where many people get it wrong. They feel he's trying to form hard because he has a lot of insecurity he's trying to conceal. No. An alpha male doesn't need to try. He doesn't try to be hard. He's natural. It comes out willingly. People get this wrong most of the time. He's interested in living his life and is fascinated by the world around him. That's why he strives to be the best man he can possibly be. He cares genuinely. He's passionate. He works hard. He's excited by the opportunity each day brings. He's genuine in every aspect of his personality. Every area of his personality, if he tells you he cares, sincerely he cares. If he tells you he's in pains or he empathizes with you, truthfully he empathizes with you. He's a kind-hearted person, yet he possesses a warrior's heart. An alpha male is who he say he is. Unleashing the alpha within is the secret you desire to make you function as a superhuman. If you understand these principles or these characteristics and put them into constant practice, remember, practicing doesn't make you perfect, but practicing the right thing makes you perfect. When you put this into practice, I bet you become a superhuman, winning in all you do. Everything you do, you experience ease. You will be winning. I like to wrap up with a question. A friend of mine asked me a couple of months ago, he asked me, how can one live a successful life in the ever-changing world that we live in, where you're being judged constantly, you're being grossly misunderstood, anything you do, people think it's for the bad, anywhere you go, you're being suspected. How can you live a successful life? I told him the answer is simple. It is simple because if you spell the word attitude, the ATTITUDE, translating each of the alphabet to numbers, add up all the numbers, it will give you 100. Which means the right attitude to anything and everything gives you 100% in result. Oh no, this is alarming. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. Listen, if you add the numbers from A to the E that spells the word attitude, it gives you 100. And we all know 100 is the maximum in percentage. It's how you rate percent. It means using the right attitude to anything and everything gives you 100%, which means if you're eating in the right attitude, you get 100% nutrients the food is going to give you. If you're sleeping in the right attitude, you're going to enjoy your sleep 100%. If you're in a relationship with the right attitude, you're going to get 100% result in your relationship. If you're pursuing any field of study, or you're pursuing any knowledge, or you're trying to acquire any knowledge with the right attitude, it gives you 100% in result. Which means the only way you can live a successful life in this ever-changing world is to live every moment as though it was your last. If you live every moment as though it was your last, using the right attitude, you get 100% in results. With this, I bring this 4th episode to a close. I am your host, Maxwell A Petaz Jr. Take your time out to search for our names on any of the broadcasting platforms. The podcast is currently streaming on over 8 platforms, even on Apple and Android iOS. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy a winning lifestyle. I am your host, Maxwell A Petaz Jr. Thank you.